Good morning. Welcome to the update from Recovery Room on Monday, the 1st of June. And I was speaking to a client earlier on, and the first thing I said to him was, welcome to Q3. It's not Q3, is it? It's the end of Q2. But I think this year's been put into a mush. It's a blender. I'm not really sure where we are. Anyway, welcome to June. And I do think, I hope that Q3 and Q4 will certainly be better, but better for everybody, but better for business than it was in Q2. Q2 2020 will go down in history, I think, as being one of the toughest, most bizarre quarters ever, certainly in my career and business life. But anyway, we're beginning to come through it. Things are happening, and we're beginning to see that sort of light at the end of the tunnel now, which is really, really good. So, and something else we were talking about, and this is not pointed at him at all, but it's a general rule, a principle that I find shows up in our business lives and personal lives as well, happens to me, and I see it for lots of other people, and that's our expectation of outcomes and time. And we tend to always overestimate what we can do in the very short term, and yet we underestimate what we're able to achieve in the long term. And how that shows up is that if we overestimate short-term goals, well, then we're always busy because we're always trying to catch up with things. We never quite get it achieved. We're always a bit late. We're always a bit too busy. We're always waiting behind the curve to get things done because we believe we can get things done quicker than we actually can. What that means is if we don't get the short-term goals done on time and in system and in process, then the long-term goals for us to see so far out of reach that we stretch them out. We either reduce the goal to a comfortable level, or we extend the time to a comfortable level, or we do both. So we overestimate the short-term ability, and we're not as good as we think we are, and we underestimate the long-term. And what that means is that we shoot too low. On average, we shoot too low because we're so busy in the short term, we don't believe we can get the momentum and the pace to achieve in the long term. And it's a pattern. And how do we overcome that? Well, I remember when I was a young engineer in short trousers, and I was an apprentice, and then I became an engineer within a Royal Ordnance, as it was. And one of my jobs for a period of time was running a batch of machines, and we were making firing pins for the SA-80 and other weapons, that type of thing. And I know how to make a firing pin. I can make a firing pin, and all it is a piece of bar stock. I can't tell you all the details. They'll probably come around and shoot me. Piece of bar stock, and you cut it to length, and then you machine it a few times, you heat treat it, you bring it back, you finish it, you polish it, you do various things to it. There's a number of operations to it, and every operation that you carry out on that piece of bar stock has got a time associated with it, and it's built up in either a series of multiple seconds or handling or heat treatment or whatever it is. And I can stack up all those little slices of operations and say that's how long it takes to make a firing pin complete. So when the production manager said to me, I need 500 firing pins, when can I have them? I can simply go back and say, okay, here's the design, here's the layout, here's a production plan, here's the thin slices of time that it takes to do that particular product. And I can say, you can have your 500 firing pins in 8 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours, whatever it was. I can actually guarantee the outcome. Now, what I can't do is change the method. I can have another machine, I can double capacity, I can add extra machines to it, I can run the machines for longer, but the actual process of making that firing pin is fixed. And that's the challenge that we face in business, because we think we can squeeze time down by doing things different, and we just can't. We've got to keep the process the same, thin slice it, and then find the resources for it. So how do you get better at short-term goal setting? You thin slice it. You apply time to things, a structure, and a process. It sounds very engineering based and bland, but it actually works. We've finished the garden now, or the first cut of the garden at the house that we're renovating. And this garden is about 11,000 square feet. So it's about 3.5 tennis court size. It's quite a big garden, and it was all under literally 2 meters of weeds and brambles. There's buildings collapsed in it, and there's all sorts of things there. There's only 3 of us with a couple of petrol tools and a couple of choppers. How do we do that? That's a huge task. Is it going to take us a week? Is it going to take us 20 minutes? Is it going to take us an hour? Or is it going to take us 6 months? So what we did, we got a Google Maps view of the garden from the satellite, laid it all out, blew it up big, and then we zoned it. We cut it into zones. and then we allowed some time to it. We then applied some days to it. We tested the first day, see how quick we were at doing it to make sure the pace was okay, and then we just zoned it. And every day we did this zone, then the next zone, and the next zone. And it took us 7 days in total. So 3 of us, 7 days, only doing about 4 or 5 hours a day because it's hard work. But we zoned it, we cleared it, and yesterday the final job was lifting out the tree stumps and moving the fallen down trees, which we did. And now it's done, complete. The next job is to remove all the stuff we've cut down, and we've got a plan for that. We've got a van, we've got a vehicle, it's all in the plan. Another 3 days that's going to take in total, and then garden's finished, then we can move on. So the trick is to think realistically about what you can do, but thin slice it down. Plan it, pretend you're manufacturing something, allocate time, stop procrastinating. That's what kills most jobs anyway, and allocate time and crack on with it. How long does it take me to do these 6-minute videos? Exactly 6 minutes. No editing, no formatting, nothing else, just straight through, one take, in, out, 6 minutes. I guarantee other people, maybe yourselves, will take 5 hours to do a 6-minute video because you do 15 takes. If it goes wrong, you mess it up, you delete it, and off you go again. Don't worry about being perfect. Worry about being done. Good enough is okay. So, there's my quick tip, how to overcome this overestimation of short-term and underestimation of long-term. And I guarantee if you get confidence in the short-term, your confidence in the long-term goals will increase, you'll raise the bar higher, and you'll have a much better, bigger, brighter outcome as well. So sort out the short term in order to clarify the long term. So there we go. That's my tip for today. And I hope you have a great day. Beautiful blue sky, sunshine down here again. I will see you tomorrow. Busy day today. A couple of sales meetings, a couple of webinars. All is good. And keep me posted. Like and comment and share the video if you would. Great to see you doing that. It makes me feel better. And I'll see you tomorrow. And bye for now.